Hola estudiantes, ahora vamos a empezar con el capítulo 1. En capítulo 1 estudiamos cosas como saludos y despedidos. Saludos son cosas como hola, buenos días, y despedidos como adiós. El vocabulario es cosas en la clase, el alfabeto, los números, y los días de la semana, meses y partes del año. Okay, so just a little bit of Spanish to get started. We're beginning now with chapter 1, capítulo 1. In capítulo 1, you are going to be learning greetings, salutations, how to say goodbye. We'll have vocabulary about things in the classroom. You'll be learning the Spanish alphabet, numbers 1 through 100, days of the week, seasons, months. You'll be learning basically how to use nouns and articles in Spanish, which is very important because in Spanish, nouns have a gender. And so you have different articles for masculine and feminine nouns, masculine plural, feminine plural. We'll be learning the basics of how to use adjectives, how they need to be positioned within a sentence, and that they need to agree in gender and number with the noun that they modify. We'll be learning subject pronouns, I, you, he, she, we. And then grammar-wise, besides the adjective placement, gender of nouns and such, you will be learning the verb ser. You will notice in the supplementary PowerPoints for this chapter that not only is there the verb ser, but also the verb estar. Both ser and estar have the meaning of to be. They are used distinctively, and you'll be learning more about estar in capítulo 3 of arriba, but that does not make a whole lot of sense to me, why they separate it by so much in this textbook, which is why in the PowerPoint I have them together. So when we get to capítulo 3, to chapter 3, you'll see that when you work with estar and the differences between ser and estar, it should be a little bit of a review for you. Work-wise, make sure you go through each section of the module, please. It's important that you get to know every part of what we're working with. So you want to do the kind of background information, listen to the music, view the videos. They're really important. There's one video in here that I find really fun. It's the Spanish alphabet song. Some students are like, holy cow, we are college students. This is ridiculous. Why are we doing this? Well, because in order to learn a language, you have to know how to pronounce the letters. That's why we teach children the ABC song, right? And the same with el alfabeto in Spanish. I make my seated classes, my campus classes, practice this over and over and over again. Spanish is a very phonetic language, so learning how to say the letters will help you with how to pronounce the words in Spanish. You will be doing Michel Tomás, Disc 2. And I think I'm going to wait until capítulo 2 to do a quiz, a recording quiz for Michel Tomás. So you have a little bit of a reprieve, but the recording quiz can include some phrases from disc 1, disc 2, or the next disc, which we'll be doing with capítulo 2. So then, of course, you also have your e-text. You're going to be going through the e-text. You'll read the e-text, listen to supporting audio, review the PowerPoints that I have posted with resources. And then after doing that, go to do your Spanish lab homework. Okay? You'll see, for capítulo 1, more than any other chapter, it looks like there is a ton of my Spanish lab work. You are learning basically many basic new concepts of another language. That's why there looks like there's so much. But honestly, over half of what is there are supporting videos and PowerPoints to give you extra supplementary support. So make sure that you go to those. If you don't feel you need them, that you don't need to go all the way through them, then I suggest you at least click them to open them so that it shows that you have viewed them. If you are still having problems with clicking to open the videos and it automatically goes to viewed even though you haven't seen them, you need to contact Pearson support. I cannot correct that. I have never had that happen, so I don't know the fix for that. So Pearson support is who you need to work with in order to get that fixed. And I suggest don't call their support number. Their phone-in support is very, very slow, but their online chat support is actually fabulous. They're very quick, they're very helpful. So that's the way I would do it. You always have the option of doing Duolingo for extra credit. It's not required, it's just another Spanish learning format online. Some students find it to be very, very fun, like to do it. It does give you some extra support, and you can post a screenshot for extra credit if you do that. And that is explained in the Duolingo section of the module. Your composition post is más sobre mí, more about me. Okay, mi color favorito, vivo en, tengo hermanos o mascotas. Okay, so a little bit more about you. This will take a little more work than your first post in the forums because you might have to look up a few things. You do have colors in the chapter, so you could say your favorite color. You know how to say vivo en is I live in, but you might want to say that you have brothers and sisters, or you may want to say that you have a dog and a cat. Okay, remember you have to have 3 sentences for this, and you must respond to at least 2 other students. So what we want is for you to be starting to write sentences in the language. I know it's not easy. I know this is brand new for some of you, but this is a fast-paced class, and this is how we learn, right? And you have support. You have me. You can come to for questions, profe. You have Lindsay, our SI, and you are expected to attend at least 1 SI session per chapter. So you'll want to get with her and do that. If you can't, you can always do just the supporting SI section of the module and take the quiz. But I highly, highly recommend that you try to do the attendance at an SI session. Lindsay's fabulous. She's super helpful. You also have Sarah, who is our course assistant. And you can start attending conversation hours and ask her questions. So you have lots of help and support. Make sure that you use it. Okay, so take time, go through each portion of the module, make sure you do all of the sections, and you know where to find us if you have questions. Adios.